Tell us a little about yourself and why you are running for the school board.
Good morning, and it's so great to be here today. Thank you for having me. My name is Susan Blackburn. I'm running for one of two open seats on the Columbia Public Schools Board of Education. I'm a retired educator. I worked with the Columbia Public Schools for 29 years, first as a speech pathologist, and then as a reading recovery teacher and reading recovery teacher leader. I have strong roots in the community. I've lived here for over 30 years. I have 3 generations of Hickman graduates in my family: my husband Randy, my 3 sons, and my mother-in-law who graduated in 1946. My goals as a school candidate would be to ensure that all children learn to read, write, and think critically, to recruit and retain highly qualified teachers, and to create a safe and welcoming environment for students and employees. I feel my classroom expertise and expertise as an educator will bring a unique perspective to school board meetings.
If elected to the school board, what will be your top priorities for the district?
I have 2 top priorities. Unfortunately and tragically, school safety has become the educational topic of our time. When I first started in the school district, close to 30 years ago, we had relatively few things in place in terms of school safety. Now, if you go to a school building in Columbia, you'll have a buzz-in system, there's security cameras, we've examined entrances and exits to buildings, we have school security people stationed at various buildings, and so there's many things in place. And that's great, and we celebrate that, of course, and commend that, of course, but we still need to be vigilant. And one of the things that I really think we need to think about as a community is establishing a school security task force that includes county officials, city officials, Columbia Public School officials, the Boone County Mental Health Coalition and other mental health care workers in the community members, and teachers, especially teachers. Teachers work right next to the students who we are trying desperately to protect. And so I think if we could come together as a community, we're often described as a resource-rich community, and I think that's great. We have been so fortunate that way, but we need to make sure we're not operating in silos, that we're working together to be as efficient as we can in ensuring the safety of our students. The second issue that I have, of course, is ensuring that each student has the best educational opportunities that we have to offer. My background is in working with students at risk for literacy failure. And of course, I want to support those programs. We've got fabulous programs in place for that, and I want to continue to support those programs. But I also want to support all those students who are in the average range who need really good instruction too. And I know we can do that as a community. We have great programs in place right now, and I'd like to make them even better. And then, of course, we want to support those students that are academically talented. We want to reach every student and give them the best possible educational opportunities that we can.
One of the issues the Chamber is advocating is the ability for the school district to work with the city to create a partnership to transport kids to and from schools. What are your thoughts of this proposal, and are you supportive?
Yes, I'm very supportive of this proposal. I think it's fabulous when the city and the Columbia Public Schools can work together. I think it's a good idea, and anytime we can save taxpayer dollars, of course, that's a good thing. One of the things I would like to ensure, as I'm sure many people would, is just that we've looked at all of the safety aspects of students riding on public transportation, but yes, I definitely support that initiative.
Tell us one thing the public might not know about you.
I think most people would probably assume if you're running as a school board member that you are an extrovert, and actually I'm an introvert, but I feel so passionately about public education, and my experiences as working as a teacher, working with at-risk students, and seeing the type of change you can make in their life if you can teach them to read. Oh my gosh, it's the great equalizer that we all know that it is, really motivates me, and so I kind of felt a responsibility to run. I was at a point in my life I could do it. I had the time to do it. I have the passion and commitment to do it. It's been fabulous getting out into the community and meeting everybody and visiting different schools and talking to lots of different stakeholders in the community. So I've really enjoyed that experience.
In closing, tell us why the voters should support.
I have taught 29 years in the Columbia Public Schools, and that gives a unique perspective that I bring. I'm the only candidate that has that experience of working directly with students, and I think that perspective makes me unique. And so when I bring that expertise to board meetings, it gives them a window into what's really going on in classrooms and in buildings. I'm there at the ground. I've been at the ground level for 29 years. No other candidate has that. That's where change happens. That's where learning happens between teachers and students in the classroom. And so those experiences, I think, again, make me unique. And I'd like to share that with the board. And I'd like to work really hard for the community to make sure that every child is getting the best education that we can possibly provide.